Hi, everybody. This is Jason.
This is Pete.
And this is the Lost Legions podcast. And what are we doing today, Pete?
Well, it's the big one. We are ranking the all 18 legions. We're doing a tier list. Hard, official tier list. This is like,
this is
the
not
most
hard.
official thing ever. Nah, this is very lighthearted. We keep toying around with this. I've actually tried to like edge Jay over the line a little bit. I was like, come on, I want to have some fun with like ranking legions. And Jay's like, but people are going to get a bit grognardy and whatever about it. Understandably, in some cases, right? But I think we're going to be fine. So yeah.
I think this is our first impressions going through them after having played I've played like 10 games. You've played a bunch of games too. So now my understanding on how things work has totally changed around. So I actually have seen some of the Legion units and some of the legions in totally new lights.
Yeah, exactly. So in all seriousness, this is just a bit of a laugh. Please tell us why we're wrong. Humor us, and we'll probably revisit this in like 6 months, years down the line or something, and see just how wrong we were. I think that'll be quite fun to see.
I think it'd be actually really fun to redo this after we start going to a lot of 2.0 events at the second half of the year and like the beginning of next year, right? Because Pete and I will definitely go to a bunch of events. So it'll be really interesting to see how this kind of develops.
Yeah, exactly. Right, let's get into it then. So, the tier list in all its glory.
Woo-hoo.
So we're going to literally just go through. We were going to go through Legion order, but it's too back and forth between all the books if we need to reference anything. So we're just going to go through all of the loyalists first, and then pick it apart with the traitors, basically. So, let's make a start. The Dark Angels.
Yeah.
Where do we think they sit?
The first Legion. Okay, so I think that their trait is not as bad as has kind of been said. Like, I mean, they're only affected by Fear 1 to the max. They get 6 is the lowest leadership that they can get to roll on. I'm pretty sure it actually does affect them in combat because it just says any leadership roll.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too.
I do think that they have really good special units. I think that the Knight Cenobium are great. I really think that the bodyguard unit, what are they called? I forget. The Deathwing Companion Detachment. They are really, really good. I think the only thing that they lack for both of these is they don't have Line or Vanguard.
Yeah.
And they're expensive, right?
Yeah.
But they're really, really good. Both of them are really, really good. And the Dreadring Interrupters are also pretty good too. So I think they have they also have a bunch of
really cool
different...
Sorry, again?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, they've got really cool war gear as well, right? The Tyrannic Great Swords are really cool. The Plasmas seem all right.
Yeah, Plasma in general is not amazing, but they have a lot access to it.
Yeah, they've got these like triple shot plasma guns, right? The plasma repeaters. So
I actually think that the additional detachments they have are kind of better than we thought originally too, because a lot of them have prime slots, right? Like the Dreadwing Cadre has one, the Stormwing has one, the Ravenwing has one, the Deathwing Conclave has one, and the Firewing has one, right? There's only one of them that doesn't come with a prime detachment, and that's actually really, really good. So I mean, altogether, I'm not amazed by these guys. I've played against them a few times. I would rank them at the top of B.
The top of B. B straddling A.
That's where I would name them right now. What do you think?
So I've played against them twice. Ian, we've probably both played Ian, I guess.
Yeah.
And Tom as well. It was Tom. Yeah, Tom. They've been pretty cool. The leadership thing does actually come in quite clutch in places. I've not had I really like their unique reaction, the fight again in combat. I've not had that come up yet, but I imagine that could be super useful.
Ian did it when we were fighting, and then I beat him.
Okay. All right. So
it wasn't good.
But it could be good to like try and stop someone from scoring or something. I don't know. There's a number of things where it could work.
Yeah.
I've liked them. I really like the Tyrannic Greatswords as well. They seem to be pretty decent. I can't remember what they exactly do. So they're -1 initiative, but you get +2 strength, AP 3, damage 2, and breaching 5 up. So Yeah, they felt pretty cool playing against them. So I would say, yeah, I think a tall B would be good. But I think if we just put them in like solids for now, that's the Blood Angels. Let's not use those. Or do you want to put it there, Jay? Or do you want to like straddle it? How do you want to do this?
I would leave them top of B for now because I think we're gonna have to move stuff
like
around
this.
as we get in. So you think
no.
he's A? Basically.
No.
I'd top solid top of B. I have no compunction.
When you say top of B, do you mean like closer to B is the top?
Correct. So the other side would be bottom of
the top of B is this. Sorry, right? Okay, all right. So we're gonna say these are. We'll put these at these as of right now have the prime B slot. There we go. How about that? Yeah. Perfect. Sorry, I misunderstood what you meant. All right, there we go. Everyone's immediately switched off. They're like, no way, 100% an S tier army or D tier. Yeah, middle of the road. Let's move on to, I believe it's the White Scars actually now.
It is, White Scars. So White Scars is +2 movement. The Power Glaives are really good. They're AP3 +1 strength modifier, 1 damage, but they have impact AP and breaching 6 up. I think they
5
have
up. Power Glaive,
breaching 5 up. Yes, you're correct. So they are, I think, excellent. Like really, really good. Their prime slot is really good. Gives them expendable 2, which is really neat to throw that on people. I think that they've actually gotten a lot better in some ways. I think the real problem with them right now is that the bikes, and this is the problem. Like, so if you want to play them as a bunch of cataphracti running around at speed 8, like, yeah, they're great. But like, I think that the problem is that the rules for bikes don't really match how the fluff works. From what I can tell, I think it's a bit rough.
They never get it right, do they? They just can't get the bikes right. I mean, it's like, surely it's the simplest thing to do, but I like them. I think the movement's king, I think. So being able to move faster is really cool. I've never noticed the Cyberhawk gives you move through cover as well. Well, so that's actually super useful when you think about it. I think they're pretty good
on your cataphractic Terminators that are
just
walking around,
trudging through terrain. Yeah, like full terrain at full speed plus some. Yeah, I think they're really good. I think you could catch a lot of people off guard with the extra movement buff. I would. Where would I put them? Do I think they're better than the Dark Angels? I think their unique reaction is also pretty decent. Like the relocate one, just piss off somewhere else is pretty useful.
Yeah. I think my biggest problem with them is I feel like the way people want to play them.
Yeah, agreed.
I think they're like, okay, this is let me double rank them. I think they're like top of C for the way people want to play them, because I think all bikes are going to struggle a lot. But I think if you played them callously towards the rules, I think they're like right next to the Dark Angels there. I think they're a B, maybe even above.
I think they'd be slightly above. Should we put them at a high B?
Yeah,
higher than the Dark Angel.
Move the Dark Angels down a little bit, and then we could talk about this more. But
we should do, we should make a rule as we're doing this. If at any point one tier gets like 5,
we have to
reshuffle, right? Yeah, so like we start dropping off. So okay, cool. All right, yeah, we'll do 5.
But again,
so we get 5 1 tier.
I actually think it's if you're playing them with their rules, like using the actual rules that they have, I think they could be really good.
Yeah.
But I just think that like the jet bike thing is a real pain in the butt. Like I think the Stormcallers are really good. I think their special units are really good.
Yeah, some of their spells are psychic powers are really cool for that.
Yeah, the Golden Keshig are actually really, really good too. But again, like they don't have Vanguard. So if the Golden Keshig had Vanguard, they'd be just really good. I mean, I'm not sure. Let's leave them here for now. I keep wanting to actually flip them to the bottom of the Dark Angels, actually.
Okay.
All right.
You can have the priority on this one. We did our challenge subphase. Jay has the initiative.
Because the jet bike thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let's leave them there for now. And I think this is a good thing, for, especially for White Scars players, to kind of weigh in and see how they feel about it.
Yeah.
Because this is an interesting one.
Unless you can't tell, viewers, I'm absolutely ecstatic doing this. I get so excited doing this. The anticipation is great. Go on, then. Right.
The worst problem is Pete's going to start a new army from this.
Oh, mate. So literally, back of my brain, I'm going, I do quite like the White Scars. But anyway, right. Next one.
So the Space Wolves. I think they have a quite lackluster sounding trait, but I played it against you the other day with my Space Wolf army, and I found it really good. I think their advanced reaction is absolute trash. The only thing it does is if you're within 6 inches or 5 inches or whatever, and you have a reaction point left, the person won't shoot at you. That's the only thing it does. I spent my last one, and then Pete just shot at me, and I'm like, oh, you don't know about my advanced reaction? He's like, oh, you don't have any points left.
You don't know about the rules of reactions.
So, yeah. I mean, I find their trait better than I thought. I think it's really good, especially coming out of Land Raiders and stuff. Like, I was just on you. Like, you could not get away.
So the big thing with it is your setup move goes from a 2 to a 4 with a regular dude, right?
5.
2 to a, is it +3?
No, you have
free. Yeah, sorry, free
setup.
Yeah. Sorry. So and you always have to be an inch away, right? Which means the average unit can't react.
Not for setup move.
No. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
When you come out of your Land Raider, you have to at least be an inch away, right, from an enemy model. So the enemy unit could do a movement react out the way.
Yeah.
Which would put them 5 inches away. But you've then got your 5-inch setup move. So you can't escape the combat with a movement reaction. I think that's really, really strong. Like, super strong.
Because then you have even if you're an inch away at that point, I still have my charge, right? Like even if so I still have 2d6 picks the highest on top of that. Yes, you'll get your volley fire at that point, but like a lot of times what happened was Pete wasn't getting volley fire. I was just too close for him to do it. So it worked really well.
All of their frost weapons were pretty cool as well.
Yeah, the frost weapons were better than I thought. Yeah, I thought and also Reaping Blow was better than I thought again too, because you get outnumbered, then everybody gets an extra bonus and a bonus attack, and attacks are at such a premium that I actually think that they are really good. I like their special units. Now that they've added in the extra war gear for the Varangier Terminators, I don't think they're terrible. They're expensive.
Is it the Grey Slayers? Is that what they're called? Your advanced despoiler unit?
Yeah,
is that what they're called?
Yeah, the Grey Slayers are really good.
They were really good. And it's quite nice that they've got a fluffy, flavorful is what I'm looking for, generic unit. Do you know what I mean? Without it just being dial up to the nines, crazy Terminator close combat unit. It's just a bit of flavor sprinkled on top, which is hopefully when we get the Inducti rules soon, that will add that across the board to everyone, I think. But
I think the cool thing was I think they were the only ones with shields and bolt pistols from what I remember.
One of, right?
Yeah, not everybody. A lot of people have to switch their shields out for bolt pistols, and that's stupid anyway. Yeah, they have bolt pistol and combat shield. So, I mean, and they're 12 points a model, right? They're
Varangier. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I'm bad. Carry on.
They're 12 points a model. They're really good. No, they're a despoiler with a shield for free, plus the Fenrisian axe. So, which is basically, I think, it's a +1 strength axe that has no initiative modifier and Reaping Blow. So, they're really good.
You can take Power Fists on your. I know you might not want to, but you can take Power Fists for 1 in 5 models as well, which not regular despoilers don't get to do that.
Yeah,
I know it's a bit all right, whatever, but there's a lot of cool options that just ain't on the standard list.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I'm gonna let you. Why don't you give a shot at ranking them, because you played against them, and I'm curious what you think.
I think they are Probably A tier. They are like the white scars in terms of the nippiness they have around the board, but they're using it in a different way. And they are far more close combat orientated, so they just feel like a more deadly version of that, in my opinion. The list building at the moment seems to heavily lean in favor of big, chunky tanks and vehicles, and it really suits the way that you want to deliver these units. I think they're pretty good. I'm just looking at the Varriger. What I didn't mean to butt in earlier a moment ago, but the Varriger are Vanguard 4.
Yep.
And Fear 1.
Yep.
That's pretty decent.
They used to be absolute trash until the PDF came out because they could only take frost axes. But now that they don't have just frost axes, I think they're pretty good. I mean, they're expensive, right? They're in kind of level, not quite as expensive, but like they're really good. I mean, the Thane has 4 attacks. Everyone else has 3. They are one of the really best Terminator units, I would say.
Yeah.
Now that they have their war gear back.
I think they're an A tier list, dude. I think that's
okay. Well, why don't we say bottom of A and not top of A?
Yeah, we'll go here. All right.
Yep. And then again, because remember, all these guys are going to have to move around soon.
Yeah. Once it gets too popular,
especially when the traders get in, we're going to have to start moving stuff around. Imperial Fists are the next one.
Okay, these guys.
So I think they've dropped not significantly in power level, but I think they've definitely dropped in power level. But I think they needed to drop in power level. But that said, like they're great. Like tack squads are great. Like bolters are great.
They get +1 a hit, don't they, on their bolt and water weapons, essentially, right?
Yeah. Autocannons are great. Yeah. They have to fire up to 5 shots in a fire group, which is a little odd, but I think they did it so like your one cheeky tank with a heavy bolter can't do it. It's a little fiddly, but okay. And they get a bonus of +1 to hit. So,
yeah, I think they're quite cool. The Solarite Gauntlet has kind of changed a lot.
Oh, the Solar Gauntlet is trash now,
critical hit 6 is pretty decent.
I mean,
it's a damage-free AP2.
But it used to be strength 10. Like it's pretty bad. If you take a peek at the Salamander's Power Fist, this will just make you cry. Because Salamander's Power Fist is automatic damage 3. So I think the Solarite Power Gauntlet got over smashed. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Strength modifier +4, though, I guess, is good, but like
they've got Iliastus cannons. I don't really see their unique reactions changed quite a lot as well. I think you get to shoot guys as they move within, I think it's 10 inches, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah,
this reaction allows reacting unit to make shooting attacks target enemies that move within range. So not bad. I think it fits to their fluff better. I think it fits to their abilities better.
Yeah.
Yes. And now I believe the only 2 that can assault are the Space Wolves and the Emperor's Children, I think, still have it. So, but I mean, the Space Wolves is you have to shoot them. Like none of these, all of them got pretty hammered.
Yeah.
Their Siege Gauntlet Auxiliary Detachment is good. Again, it comes with a prime slot. Anything that comes with a prime slot and a smattering of units, what I've found in list building is really good because it's got a support, it's got a shock, it's got a troop, it's got 2 troops and 1 prime slot. And like that just is useful when you're making lists, because sometimes I'm like, oh god, I have to spend a prime slot to get this tank in there or something, like to throw in a Kratos or something.
Well, talking of the Kratos, they've got the Decurion Sagittar, which he can be put on a Kratos and he can be put on a Sicaran and a Predator as well.
Yeah,
but he gets an Augury Scanner, so he's going to ignore shrouds. So like ignoring shrouds with a Kratos is pretty nasty.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's like bits in here that are quite powerful, but it doesn't feel the same as it used to at all, right?
I think that it is still powerful. I think that it has been toned down a little bit. I think like a lot of the stuff, like all the deep striking, like the shields being at 3 up, like
Yeah, the
now
shields are a big thing.
the shields are 4 up and they make you heavy, which is cool in its own right because that gives you +1. Cool.
Yeah.
So like they have a bunch of really good characters. Of course, Sigismund is the absolute king. Eternal Warrior 1, right? Like he's great. Dorn has a really good gambit, which is you can only wound him on a 5/6, I think.
Okay.
Which gets him really, like he's not the most killy,
Yeah.
but if he keeps getting his gambit off, he's going to be a pain in the butt to take down.
We'll have to do a Primarch knife fight tier list, Jay, at some point 100%. For sure. I think we're a little way off that yet, but yeah, we'll get there. What do you recommend?
What do you think? See, again, this is the problem. When we were talking about this, I was like, all of my recommendations are going to be A and B, which I guess is good, but at some point we're going to have to start moving them down.
Are they as good as the white? Are they generically as good as the White Scars? From a quick top-down looking at it,
I think
+1 to hit. Better. You reckon? I think movement's better than +1 a hit.
Yeah, but you just go ahead and move. I got 42 inches of autocannon shooting at you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think 42 inches of autocannons is better.
48.
Hitting on 2s. 48, yeah.
Unless you're Alpha Legion.
You passed the quiz.
Jay's like super Alpha Legion.
Yeah, what do you think?
All right, let's split the difference then. We'll put them. Are they as good as the Dark Angels?
I think they're better.
Think they're better, but would you think they're? So do you think they're as good as the Space Wolves?
I lean towards I think they're better.
Do you? Oh my!
But I think these two are interesting because one does close combat good and one does shooting good. Although they still have like really good phalanx warders, they still have really good like combat units. So I don't know. I have a hard time. You call it. I would say
I think they are slightly worse than Space Wolves for sure.
Okay. Well, let's put them.
You think they're better than these, yeah? Okay. All right.
But this is all going to change when we get to the traders too. So. Jeez.
All right. 4 down, 14 to go. All right, and they're going to get longer and longer as they go on. So buckle in, get a cup of tea. We're going to be
Blood Angels.
Oh, right. D. Let's get some D straight away.
So the Blood Angels.
Trash.
They get +1 strength on the charge, which is okay. I mean, it's been okay for a while. I don't understand why they ever changed it from just not +1 strength all the time in combat. It was never that overpowered in 1.0. So yeah, I think they have some really good units. I think they have some of my favorite Trump troops. They also have some of the Legion units that we talked about in the legacies.
Yeah,
were amazing, right? Like the Ophirum Court or whatever.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Are really
they're
good.
all challenges, aren't they? I think they can all do challenges if I remember correctly.
I think the Dawnbreaker cohort are really good. They're also one of the only ones I think they're okay to deep strike because they get a special what is it? They can't be intercepted when they come down. So that's actually kind of cool. They have
Inferno pistols everywhere is something worth mentioning, right?
Yes, but I also
not
think
to be sniffed at.
I also think that that's not the answer to Armor 14 anymore, right? Like, I think it's a lot harder to get Armor 14, but it is an answer to everything else, like Terminators, other elites, multiple wound models. Like, I think our opinions of what you're going to use multi-meltas for are going to change a little bit. But yeah, I think the Dawnbreakers are good. I think the only problem with them again is they don't have Vanguard. So. Yeah. And the Crimson Paladins are better than I thought. They have line 1, which is great, and they get tougher as there's fewer of them. I don't know. I like the Dreadnought too. I think the Dreadnought's really cool. With the booster pack.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of You can't assault, can you, if you've rushed?
No.
So he only gets to use it as a rush. He gains anti-grav.
But he can reposition, right? So
yeah,
I think he gets deep strike too. So it's cool. It's better than not having it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think these are comfortably a C tier.
I think I'm gonna have to say I think they're at top of C too.
Yeah. We'll go. Well, yeah. Yeah, I reckon so. Sorry, guys. Sorry, all you Blood Angels lovers.
Somebody's got to do that.
They
have some really cool units. And one thing I want to say is I think that all of these can win. I don't think it's such an uphill climb now.
You're right.
From like the worst Legion to fighting like the best Legion. Like I don't think it's like Imperial Fists are not going to be just absolutely smacking everyone down. I think part of the problem that everyone was having was that some of the flavor got removed because the Legions have been sort of mashed down more closely together. So I would not feel like this is a terrible ranking.
No, I agree.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a lot closer than it was in second edition between the Legions. There are some that will still shine more, but yeah. Early days still, right? There could be a few Blood Angel units and builds out there that we have no idea about, and someone's like, "How the hell are you not putting them in S or A right now?" You know, so that's fine. Right, next one. What's next?
Iron Hands.
Oh, okay. I mean,
so -1 strength has still -1 to the strength of incoming weapons still there. They lost a bunch of their "it will not die" shenanigans on their vehicles, but they have the Armatus Necroteca, which is basically they get an auto repair of a 5-up, and they get a bonus if people died near them as it like grinds up the corpse and uses them. They have a cool power axe, which is 5-up breaching, 5-up shred, which is actually pretty
decent. Yeah.
Yeah. The Graviton pistol, which is not bad, but I think it's also not like the king of F Mountain anymore.
I don't know. I think any these like unique pistols with like status effects on them. So it's like what pinning 1, yeah, and it's assault, right? So if you're charging in and you want to put your opponent down to initiative 1 with status effects, it's great to have just one of them in there to try and fish that out.
I don't disagree with you at all, but now it's not like, oh, you have 4 dreadnoughts?
Oh, yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Just remove all of them because I have a fucking Moritat.
Yeah.
So like,
sorry.
Like,
yeah.
You might as well not put them on the board.
This
is.
I think the whole purpose of it's changed, right? So I think it's still a good thing to use, but it no longer nukes dreadnoughts. Yeah, you're right.
You are 100% correct, but I don't think it is not like the OP like blender like vehicle remover anymore. It's just good.
They have one of the coolest prime slots, and I know we're not talking about all of the prime slots and all of the legions, but theirs in particular is really good. The Ironclad, where they can make dreadnoughts be champions, basically, is pretty sick. I kind of want that on all legions.
That's actually really, really cool.
Martial art, like crazy close combat dreadnought.
They get 2 detachments, which are actually both pretty good. I mean, one has a Centurion that's a prime slot, and 2 shock, a support, and a dreadnought. Like that's actually the Medusan Vanguard detachment is not bad. And the other one's 2 tanks and a shock assault, which is again good because it's got a heavy tank slot, a tank, and a shock assault. So sometimes I find a problem. I end up taking a champion a lot of times when I'm list building now because I want I want that vet slot, and I want that the transport slot. And I don't want to take it in another way. So I would like frequently end up with the champion, which is not bad. He's good, but like there are certain things that I think make these Legion detachments really good, and I think that they have a really good one.
That Medusan Vanguard is pretty cool as well.
Yes, it is. The Spider of the Gorgon is good too. I think the reaction allows reacting unit to make shooting attacks that when they get charged, which is fine. Like, I think it is what it was before.
Yeah.
I think they get to full Overwatch. Ferris is good. He's not crazy. I think he's very on par with Vulcan from what I've seen. When I kind of like flipped back and forth. There's a bunch of them that are down to weapon skill 7. I don't remember if he was weapon skill 8 in the other one, but like a lot of them are weapon skill 7 now.
Yeah.
So I mean, but he's strength and toughness 7, which is good. Nobody has a 3-up invulnerable save anymore.
The Immortals seem like they've gotten pretty good. They have a 5-up invuln built in and feel no pain. And a call of 10.
I think the only problem with the Immortals is like, and this is what we go into again, is they don't have any line or Vanguard. They have Expendable 2, which is good. So you can just throw them out there. But like, again, like you need to take care of your scoring. And then what are you else going to take? I think the Gorgon Terminator squad is actually way, way, way better. I think it's a sneak hit because successful armor tests and invulnerable tests may inflict tactical statuses on enemy models because it can blind them, which is really good. I think that is excellent. I think that even though they're only 2-up, 5-up, and they're heavy, I think that they are like excellent Terminators.
Yeah. So where are you ranking
They also have Feel No Pain.
Where we putting them? Where are we putting them?
I mean, I want to say above Space Wolves.
Above?
Yeah, where would you put them?
I would say they are tough, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't think they're... Oh, I don't know, man. Do you think they're better than Space Wolves?
I do. But, I mean, I'm not 100% convinced Space Wolves belong right there. But I do think that... I think the problem with Space Wolves is that we keep putting things under it. Like, I felt pretty happy about Space Wolves being the bottom of A. Okay, maybe we put them at the top of B.
Or the Iron Hands?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think it's as useful as it used to be, especially with the way that... Well, I don't know. I don't think being that as tough as they... Being tough 5 in the previous edition was so much better because of how doubling out worked.
Yeah, I guess you're right, too.
So it just doesn't... It's just not as important anymore. I reckon there's fair. Like they're a really good B, in my opinion. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Okay. I'm happy with that.
So moving
to the Ultramarines. I
think they're a low B, and now let me explain why. I think they're a low B, high C. I think their unique reaction is pretty cool to be able to fire from another unit other than the unit that's reacting. That's cool. Their Rite of War, where you get to refund a point for your reaction allotment, is good, which basically means they get to do 1 extra reaction a turn. I don't know how effective that actually is going to be across the course of a game and how much of a difference it's actually going to make.
I think if you lean into it and you basically take a shit ton of medics, because remember the medic reaction now you use a reaction for, right? Like you could lean into it because you get an extra one, right? So you could have medics on the board. So you're going to end up being more resilient. So, I mean, I think it could be pretty good.
Yeah. You could also have like 4 shooty infantry units, right? And just go, cool, I've got 4 shooting reactions and just know that you're going to nuke your opponent on return fire.
Yeah. They're also, their special units are pretty good. I mean, they're not amazing. The
Legatine Axe is cool.
The Legatine Axe is good. Their Praetorian Breachers and Invictus Suzerain are fine. I think the only problem with the Praetorian Breachers is that the Invictus Suzerain exist, and they're very similar, and we have Veteran Breachers, so it's like, I think they're a little cheaper than Veteran Breachers, though, so I'd have to compare the stats to see
Yeah.
how that like racks up. But like they're good. Like I think they're also really fun and themey. Their Terminators are back, but I don't think they're amazing anymore. They're just decent.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're very flavorful. I think the whole leading into it like a Breacher's army would be quite fun because you've got the 2 generic Breacher entry units plus then these 2 2 specific ones. So I think they're cool. I like them as something to look at. I'm just not sure how effective they are actually going to be. What do you think?
I mean, I'm happy putting them either above White Scars or below White Scars. I think that they're definitely in the B tier.
Oh, I think having +2 movement across your army, across your infantry, across your non-vehicle units is considerably better than having an additional reaction.
Well, then put them in below.
B. Yeah. I agree with you, but let me explain why I agree with you. Yeah. Do you think they're better than the Blood Angels, though, yeah?
Yes, I do. I actually, unfortunately for the Blood Angels, I think the only thing that really carries the Blood Angels for me is their units are really good.
Yeah.
But I think that they're kind of let down by quite a few things. I don't think they're bad. I think they're totally playable.
So we have one more space for the B tier, then we're kicking people off.
I told you when we started this that everything was going to go into B. Okay, so let's jump into the Salamanders.
Oh, are you sure everyone's still going into B?
I am. So okay, so you can only wound them on a 3. On a 3.
Yeah.
They have a 6-up Feel No Pain they can put in for their prime slot. They have a lot of really cool weapons that they can upgrade to. They're immune to panic from flamers, which I've found out is actually way cooler than I thought. And they're just immune. Like, they just don't have to roll for it. Like, that is actually pretty cool.
They have Feel No Pain on their prime slot.
Yeah, it's a 6-up Feel No Pain. So, I mean, it's not nothing. It's not amazing, but it's, on their prime slot. So, that's pretty cool. They also have the Draken Scale, which sets the damage characteristic to 1 for flame, plasma, melter, or volkite, which is good. Kind of depends on how you're planning on using it, because like, are you gonna jump out with the characters to absorb that damage? If you're running around with the fire drakes who automatically have it, I think that's actually pretty good. The Pyroclasts also have it. So I think the Fire Drakes are one of the best Terminators too. They're a little deceiving because they only have 2 attacks, but they have forged crafted hammers.
Yeah.
Which give a +1 attack.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Ian were looking at these the other day, and Ian got very excited. I think they are batshit crazy good. So Vanguard 4. I
don't think they're that good. I think they're really good. No. I think the Varangier Terminators are better. 100% better.
Maybe.
With the war gear back, the Varangier Terminators are way better. They cause Fear 1. They have Vanguard 4. Like,
that's the same, just not the fear. Yeah, I don't know. 3 attacks on the Thunderhammer is pretty decent, but the fact that
these aren't bad. They're really good.
They're T5.
They're some of the best Terminators in the game.
T5 with the shield rule, so they can increase their toughness by 1 as the shield reaction. And they can only be wounded on freeze, right?
I think that they sit in the range of the Varangier Terminators and like below Justarin. But like the problem with Justarin is point for point, they're actually really expensive.
Yeah.
So, and these guys are 45 points. I don't know. Yeah, they're really good. They're really, really good. They're one of my favorite Terminator squads. Don't let me sell you.
No, yeah, I hear you.
I also think that this Salamander's trait is better in close combat against elite units.
Yes.
Because you're going to be bouncing Power Fist hits and Thunderhammer hits, right? That are going to wound you on 2s normally. So you're going to be wounding you on 3s.
Yep. Yeah, I think they're super good.
Vulcan's pretty good. What do you think? Where would you rate them? I have my opinion.
I think they're probably one of the best ones in the game. I would, I'd say they're A tier for sure.
I think you're right. I don't think they're the top of A tier though. I'd put them above Space Wolves.
I think I'd put them above Space Wolves too because they are so much more survivable. I know the Iron Hands are tough, but I think these guys are tougher where it matters more at the minute. Does that make sense?
Iron Hands are tougher against like lighter shooting. These guys are tougher against like las cannons and things like that.
And it's the big guns which do multiple damage.
Yeah.
So you're then shrugging off more high damage, low AP wounds, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think fire drakes are going to be super tough to move. I would say they're probably above Space Wolves for sure.
I'm happy with that.
The more okay, we can go there for now. Then I think not the top, but so they're just going to go mid A for now. Yeah,
we'll see what happens because we're going to mix the traders in because we'll talk about it because I have a feeling that these are going to move around. Right, they could end up at top of A.
Yeah. Right. On to the next one then.
So the Raven Guard,
the last loyalists.
Yeah. So they have.
We will be Jay. We will be right back in 1 second.
Okay. We're back.
It's as if we never went anywhere. It's as if it's not been at least an hour with a very sick baby.
I needed to do a costume change too. So I put on my black jumper for the Raven Guard.
Oh, very fitting. The Ravens.
Every American's like, what's a jumper? It took me years.
Sweater.
That's a sweater.
Sweater. That's my terrible
or a vest accent. In this case. So the Raven Guard. Anyway, back where you actually care. So, okay, these guys set the internet on fire when they were leaked. I think people were like, "Oh my God, you're going to snap shoot at them." I think first people didn't realize that Marines are also snap shooting on 5s.
Yeah.
They didn't know blasts would also be able to snap shoot. The other thing is that it's 18 inches. So if you're over 18 inches, you have to snap shoot these guys. Having played them, I feel that, especially with the proliferation of vehicles now, people close so quickly. 18 inches is really nothing. It mattered for some of my units who hugged the back of the board, and definitely my heavy support squads lasted longer than other heavy support squads that Pete has faced.
Yeah.
That is without a doubt. But they were still statist, and they were still they could have still run away. I mean, it is not as good as you'd think. And unfortunately, I have to say that. The Ravens' talons are good. They are not amazing, but they're good. The Lightning Claws are just good in general, I think. And these guys have impact IM. I think the thing that people don't realize is you get 2 chances to roll that 6 because you roll to hit and then rending, you just put those 6s aside. And then when you roll to wound, that 6 again is breaching. So, there's more 6s than you would think.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Their jump packs are good. The jump packs
are really good. You really like movement. You rate movement, so they have a 14 movement.
Yeah.
So they're like junior white scars.
Yeah. There's not really a lot going on with them, is there?
No. Their prime trade is trash.
The Gambit's trash.
The Gambit, I thought the prime trade and the Gambit when I first read them were cool. They're not. Yeah, the Gambit I tried.
You lost it. You lost your guy against my guy, didn't you? In the challenge.
It's super situational. I guess if you have no chance, you might as well chance it. But you're gonna have to make at least 2 4-up rolls against another Praetor, right? Or a 4-up 2-up, depending on what you're with. And if you want to be more themey and have Raven's talons, you're gonna need that 4-up. And it's just, the reaction is pretty much, it's okay. They can move and they get damage mitigation. I think it's decent. Their characters get Cameline
Camellia line.
Chameleon line cloaks, which is cool. Caddy's Necks is really good. I think the Dark Furies are great. They do not have Vanguard, however. So that is, be aware. They are, I think, one of the second best units. I think I've flip-flopped on them with the Night Raptors. So for that particular reason, actually.
I think these have gone down massively in my estimation.
Yeah, I think originally we thought that they were like straight S tier. And now, what would you call them? I know mine, so I'll tell you after you
I would
call
say
it.
C.
I say top of C. I think they dethrone the Blood Angels for top of C.
You think they're better than the Blood Angels?
I do think that. Unfortunately, I think they're better than the Blood Angels.
I don't know if I don't know if they are. Think about it. You're not really gonna, because of all the reasons you said. You can close the gap so quick now. Are you actually even really gonna get your Legion trait?
Rarely.
And then if you look at their special units and the lack of Vanguard and the lack of like stuff, compared with at least the Blood Angels have a variety of close combat weapons and different guns and stuff, right? They have the Inferno pistols. I don't know.
I mean, I think they're pretty much on par with each other. If you want to be actually truthful about it, I think they're both top of C.
Yeah,
I'm not going to defend it right now. I think the despoilers aren't very good. Like,
I'm gonna say Blood Angels are better. I'm gonna throw that out there, Jay. I'm gonna use my my point of my reaction point to go no.
I don't think they're bad. They're not. Yeah. They're not bad at all. Blood Angels are better, so they should be at the top, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm forgetting which way around we're going. Yep, not bad. Let me shimmy this all around a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, this might again see changes as we move on.
Yes.
All right. And I think that is the last of our Loyalist legions, right?
It is. On to the traitors. Yeah, let us know what you guys think. If you're just straight up comparing the Loyalists there. So we're saying Salamanders, Space Wolves, and Imperial Fists. The top three. The A tier, B tier, Iron Hands, Dark Angels, White Scars, Ultramarines as the B, and we're saying the bottom two ranking Loyalists are.
This is only Loyalists ranking against just Loyalists.
Yeah, exactly. Things are about to change, I think.
Yes, I think so. I think massively they're about to change.
This big old tome.
All right. So, Emperor's Children. Do you want to roll this one because you used to play these guys?
Yeah. So I think these. Let me get to the page. Where are we?
125.
Thank you, sir. I think these guys have kind of gotten better for a couple different reasons. So the game kind of feels like it's a little bit more friendly and geared towards getting into combat compared to previous edition. Like not everyone can intercept all the time. Not everyone can do full BS shooting reactions all the time. There's a lot more status effects. There's charging out of all vehicles now. You know, there's a lot more going on like that, I think. So I think Assault is a bit more favorable. I don't think it's necessarily better than shooting, but it's definitely the gap is closed slightly. So it favors close combat armies a bit more, I think. Their +1 modifier on the charge for their initiative modifier is huge for a number of different weapon types, right? So
yeah, because now there's granular speeds with Power Fists and Thunderhammers and axes, right?
So it's made a big difference to how all of that works. So their Legion trait has gotten better because of how now the initiative modifiers work.
I think you're right.
Their unique reaction is now I think you have to make the charge distance without a setup move, and you counter charge. So you have the charge declared against you.
Yeah.
You
I
just
think
roll
you just
2d6
roll
to pick the highest.
charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas it used to be you had to beat your opponent's 2d6 roll. Whereas now you just have to be able to make the charge distance and it cancels their charge. So that's gotten better as well. Yeah, I think they're in a pretty good position. In terms of their weapons and things, well, I don't know. They've got all of the Palatine blade stuff looks pretty cool. The Phoenix weapons and whatnot. Where are we?
I do think that the Sonic Shriekers and the Sonic Lances have kind of gone down, but thank God, because Sonic Shriekers made me want to kill every single frickin' Emperor's Children players. Sorry, guys. I love quite a few of you, but like I hated Sonic Shriekers so much. They just made me so angry. And now I think they're cool. I think Sonic Shriekers
deny reactions, right?
Yeah, that's great. I think that's really, really good. I don't think that's quite as frustrating as what they used to be before.
Yeah.
So, because you just couldn't hit them, right? And not being able to hit them was really frustrating. And they still have that in some respects, but for different units.
Yeah.
Also, it got rid of the loophole where you could take these on loyalist units. You cannot now. I believe it actually says traitor trait. Yeah. So you can't have loyalist guys with Sonic Shriekers anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you were a loyalist Emperor's Children using Sonic Shriekers anyway, I mean, it's pretty questionable as to how you play in the game, right? But yes, no, you're quite right. The lack of like variety of weapons doesn't really matter too much here, because the initiative modifier is changing all of the base weapons essentially, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I would say they are a solid B. I would say they're probably quite comparable to the Dark Angels in terms of their ability. I think their close combat shenanigans will be similar to like the steadfastness of the Dark Angels.
Fulgrim's also really good too, I think. He's not quite the lion. I would bet on Russ over him, but like I'd say like those three are really in contention, I think, together, like just for who is the biggest badass.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Fulgrim is he doesn't do as much damage as they do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. What do you reckon? Where would you put him?
I would either put them. I think I'd put them in A.
Really interesting.
Yeah, I think they might kick the Iron Hands. The Imperial Fists out. I don't know. Maybe I'd put them below the Imperial Fists. This is the thing. I think they're better than the Space Wolves in close combat. So
they are.
So this is where the interesting thing happens. So what do we do? Because I think they're above the Space Wolves. So do the Space Wolves drop down to B? Well,
we got some room, right? So we don't have to drop anyone down just yet. So I think we're saying they're better than the Space Wolves. They're not. I don't think they're as good as the Salamanders, though. The Salamanders are just crazy
just
tough.
Yeah,
which is, I know it's not a comparable metric, but I think the toughness outweighs the combat ability. So you reckon put them in here like this?
For now, yeah. I mean, I'm questioning those three at the bottom of A right there anyway, but we'll see. Let's keep moving around and we'll shift these guys around as we go.
Yeah, it's about to get fun. Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think the Emperor's Children are a little bit better than the Space Wolves in general. I think the Space Wolves have better troops, and I think the Emperor's Children have better elite things.
Yeah.
And I think that initiative is really good. I mean, it's a toss-up, right? I find that good. I find that interesting.
So the Iron Warriors.
Yeah, this is the interesting.
I think these guys are pretty damn good. Obviously, it's the army I've been playing recently. It's the only one I've got. And it was my second edition army carried through. The game very heavily revolves around statuses. So not having any negative modifiers to status effect checks is super useful. Like, there's been really so many times I've passed stuff where I shouldn't have without this Legion trait. You're guaranteed to use your Legion trait. I think that's one thing I always base this on is how much of your legionary are you actually going to use. So like the White Scars one, that's why I always keep going back to the movement. You're always going to be using it constantly, so you're actually going to get to use it, right? Again, with the Iron Warriors one, you're going to get to use it. So yeah, it's pretty strong. The fact that they've got the Warsmith as an option with how good vehicles are now, and that their Praetor level character can just repair tanks as well, is super useful. Or restore wounds to dreadnoughts, all sorts of things, right? And take off status effects. They've got a lot of Graviton Crushers and Graviton Mauls and stuff, maces, whatever they're called. They're pretty cool. Yeah. They do a lot of like vehicle damage stuff. The
Hammer of Olympia and the Ironfire cohort detachments are really good as well.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of primes. Their Apex one's pretty cool. I've not played around with that yet. I've been waiting for
their Gambit is fun. Like, I don't know if it's the best one ever, but like I like their Gambit because if you know you're gonna die, you can just throw it.
And you got shrapnel weaponry, so I'm noticing as I play more that the pinning status is probably, after Panic, the next most important one, in my opinion, because it stops people from being able to move, which will quite often stop people from being able to get to a position to where they can then score. And there isn't as much pinning. It appears in the weapon options in the generic list compared to suppressed and stunned. It's a little bit like the Havoc launchers. Everyone's saying put a 5-point pin on Havoc launcher. It's well worth it. But how often are you actually going to want to react when you then can't react as being stunned compared to pinned? You're going to want to move all the time. So I think having pinning shrapnel weapons is pretty cool. I don't think it's worth it on their units. They're like, because it's 3 points a bolter pig. It's too much. But having it on like your HQ choices for a bolt pistol or shrapnel pistol, having a pintle shrapnel cannon on a tank or whatever, I think is pretty cool.
Also, not like breaking the bank when you do that.
No, exactly. The siege tyrant siege terminators are pretty sick. They're missiles. The breaker missiles are strength 9, AP 3, heavy damage armor bane. So they're like essentially las cannons.
Strength 9.
They're las cannons that can't wound, that don't ignore
Terminate.
artificer armor or terminator armor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they are like low level las cannons with an anti-infantry option as well, and they all come with power fists.
The Omniscope thing is really cool.
Yeah, which I think the Iron Havocs get that as well. I think they're pretty good. I think they're definitely A tier.
I wonder if they might be our first S tier.
Oh,
I would definitely put them at the top of A. I might put them at the top of S just because of the way that 3.0 plays. Because statuses are so major, and it's a lot harder to put the statuses on them. Because you ignore, I think you even ignore the modifier from Panic, don't you?
Yeah, all 4. Yeah, Panic, suppressed, pinned.
So, I mean, I almost would be tempted to put them in S. Because just again, like they
are literally a cut above the other ones, you think, yeah? Or do you think you put them top of A?
I think their Legion trait is. I'd put them at the bottom of S right now, and then we'll see how it goes.
I don't think we're going to be getting too many S's, but yeah.
And then we can, if we don't fill up A, we can fall them back down.
Our first S tier is here.
I think that they are really good.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
The Night Lords.
Let us know what you think, guys, in the comments. I want to hear it right now at this hour mark.
Like,
how long we are.
Did I do that?
Yeah. It's not, I was told to put them there, right?
So Night Lords were my 2.0 army, and I've played them a few times now, and I find them really good. Nostroman Chainglaives are decent. The Headsman Axe is great now. The Atramentar Prime thing is really fun. It gives them Deep Strike and Impact 1, which is really cool. because you can give a Terminator squad impact 1, which means again they become junior Emperor's Children. Like we already discussed why that's actually so good.
Yeah.
So that actually makes them really, really good. I think this is the thing that really edges it out for me, though, the Trophies of Judgment. So all of their unit, like not all of their units, but a lot of all of their special units and their characters can have Fear 1. And again, we go back to the status effects, and it's a lot easier for them to put status effects on you because of fear.
Yeah.
And their trait is once you have the status effects on them and they charge in, they get +1 weapon skill.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
And I have found them maybe harder to use. They're kind of like Eldar or something, like where it was harder to get everything set up. But once you got things set up, you absolutely annihilated people. Like I had 2 5-man sniper units just to put pinning checks on people, not to do anything, just to like then charge my Night Raptors into them, and my Night Raptors were weapon skill 6, and it was like I was just steamrolling people.
Pretty crazy, aren't they? And they're fear,
really, really
as you
good.
say, Fear 1 and Vanguard 4 on your Night Raptors. Like
yes. And I think the Night Raptors are some of the best. They might be the best.
I think you're right.
Assault squad. I disagree with myself before, but because now I understand how good Vanguard is, and the fact that they're more expensive if you take Lightning Claws with them, but don't take all Lightning Claws with them. They can also have some just dudes to like have chain swords to just absorb wounds, and they can also get up to a unit of 15, which is really, really cool. So yeah, I think that the Night Raptors are one of the best, if not the best, assault squad in the game. I mean, I go back, if you're just trying to kill people, I think Dawnbreakers are just as good in a lot of ways. It's just that Vanguard 4 and the Fear 1 that edge it out for me. But yeah, I mean, I am pretty impressed with the Night Lords again. I think they're really, really good. Cruz is okay. He's not the best, but he's decent. And Sevatar is really fun. So I don't know. Where do you think they are? I have my opinion. I'll let you put the first call on this one, and I will then come back with my opinion.
I think you're right. They have some of the best close combat options available, being like pseudo weapon skills, or being weapon skill 6, essentially, if you manage to make someone have a status effect, is huge for your Raptors. I think you lean into it, you're going to murder things. I mean, I've seen it happen, right? The fear is also huge. You could stack that with Herald, I think. Could you stack? Would it stack? Would a Fear 1 of a Herald stack with Fear 1 of a...
No, I think it's just the largest amount of fear. So if somebody has Fear 2, it's just Fear 2 that takes effect.
Fear's huge. And it's a 12-inch bubble.
Like, I think Fear is the only thing that affects
24-inch bubble. It's like 12 inches, radius. Yeah, pretty cool.
Fear affects Iron
I would say that do you think they're as good? I think they're definitely up the top. I would say they're probably A tier. I don't know if they're as good as the Iron Warriors. Do you think they are?
Okay, so my opinion is I think they're right below the Iron Warriors because, again, they play into the huge part of what the game 3.0 is doing, which is status effects. And I think that the reason they're below Iron Warriors is they're harder to use. I think Iron Warriors are way easier to use because they kind of go the tank and spank. I think if a really savvy player with the Night Lords now is going to be really hard to stop. Like again, the Eldar equivalent is just right there for me, and I'm like, oh wow, these guys are. I think they have potential to crush people. I don't think they also have potential to get rolled, but I think this is again S tier is like not always the best, but it's special, right? Like I think they have the potential to be amazing. So yeah, I would put them in S tier below the Iron Warriors.
Okay, seems fair to me. All right, Traitors looking strong.
All right.
Moving on. So, who's next in the...
World
traitor?
Eaters.
Yeah.
And mind you, we're only doing the loyalist things, guy. I know some people get annoyed by it, but we'll do when we go through the legions, we'll talk about their alternate traits and stuff,
This is
which I think are really
right?
cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, this is the
generic world eaters.
It's not the corrupted world eaters from
The
later.
Crusade era world eaters. Yeah. Okay. So +1 attack essentially is what they get, right?
Yeah, I think this is a lot better than people are giving it credit for.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get +1 attack now. I think that this is actually good. Like, I think this is really, really decent. I don't think it breaks the game at all, but I think it's gone up in its usefulness. I think they are better than they used to be, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I think they, again, lend themselves to fill up a load of land raiders, chuck them forward, spit them out, and just swamp the opponent, or just fly up the board on foot, assault marines, whatever you want to do. +1 attack is huge, because attacks are such a premium now, as you said earlier. They've got some cool shenanigans, that they're chain bonded prime. It's pretty cool. It allows you to kind of select 2 models to be brothers, basically, chain brothers, and then they get +1 to hit tests in the assault phase. So you could be hitting on 2s, right? If you're 1 weapon skill above your opponent, you'd be hitting on 2s rather than just the 3s. So there's some cool shenanigans and stuff there.
The Brutal Tide is actually pretty good too. It's they're one of the few legions that now have the charge reaction when something happens. So
when they're shot at, isn't it? Yeah, which is super useful because you're gonna want to shoot these guys. You don't want to be charged by them. How the question really is how much do we rate having +1 attack on the charge compared to +1 initiative or +1 weapon skill? That's really what we're comparing them here to, aren't we? If we're looking at charge bonus modified legions, you've got the Blood Angels get +1 strength, Night Lords get +1 weapon skill if status affected, Emperor's Children +1 initiative, and then these guys get +1 attack.
I think they're in B.
Yeah, I think they're a solid B.
Let me just throw that out right now. Where in B, I'm not 100% sure.
Oh God, yeah, I'm trying to think now.
Put them in the bottom of B for right now, but like, do the Dark Angels fall a little bit down now because their trait is not as good, even though they have some really good units. I think that the World Eaters trait's better. I also think that their advanced reaction's better. Their weapons maybe are not as good anymore, but they're still good. Like the Meteor Hammer has Impact 1, AP3, Damage 2, which is great. Yeah, I mean, I think their weapons are fun and decent. Chain Bonded's great.
You think they're better than the Ultramarines?
I think what I'm least happy about with this is with the Dark Angels.
Yeah, I think Dark Angels need to come down a bit. As does the White Scars, maybe. Are White Scars better than Ultras and World Eaters?
Maybe.
I think so.
I'd maybe shift that up.
Shift White Scars up now, because now we're looking at it in context, comparing it to more and more in the same tier. I think you're probably looking at. I think it's probably something a bit like this. How do you feel about that? So we've got Iron Hands, the top of B, followed by White Scars, World Eaters, Ultras, then Dark Angels.
Better. I feel better.
But do you think the Dark Angels are better than Ultras?
I want to say yes, but I don't know.
I think they probably are. I think the Ultras are.
Yeah. Okay, let's
they probably are. I think you think about all like the special units and stuff.
Yeah. But now we're run out of B tier, which is now it's going to be crazy
busy as well. All right.
Okay. All right.
Moving
let's move on to the next
the Web Bearers
one.
next, is it? Or am I
Death Guard? It is the Death Guard, who I actually think are pretty good. So now their trait is if they move 4 inches, they count as stationary when they're moving. I think the problem with that though is It really well. I guess it also works for bolter pigs too. So
I think it's
that's
better than
actually
you
kinda cool.
think. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it now.
las cannons, it's good. It's good. Like all of the big heavy weapons. It's pretty
I think it's
cool.
decent. And bolters, right? Because just your generic bolter pig, when he stays still, he gets to fire 3 shots. So, and then like your sniper rifles have things. So, like a lot of things have heavy firepower. So, yeah, I think that's actually pretty decent. I think their Terminators are okay. I think they're all chemical. Flamers are good, not amazing.
I think Chem Flamers are pretty decent.
That's what I said. I think they're good.
Yeah. I think they're under, like, they're just poison 2 up, aren't they?
Yeah. Which is, I mean, you're just going to be throwing out a ton of wounds, right? So the Reaping Host is good. Their additional detachment. The Steadfast Resilience is great. So you increase your toughness characteristic in the Gambit. I think that their Prime slot thing is one of the best ones, actually.
Yep.
So you can get your base wounds modified by +1, and you gain Internal Warrior 2. Not 1, 2. That is crazy good.
That is pretty damn good. You can really lean into that, can't you?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's great. The Power Scythe is, again, okay. Not amazing. It's got Reaping Blow 2, though, which is really cool. Preaching 5 up. AP3, damage 1. I mean, it's decent. What do you think? Where do you think they land? Because I think the problem is I don't know if they're A tier at this point. So where do we go?
I don't think they're A. I think it's useful being able to move and count as stationary.
Yeah.
You really want that to apply to your vehicles, and this doesn't apply to vehicles anymore. So it's useful on infantry still, but not quite as much as what you may have thought. It's useful for dreadnoughts, that's for sure. Do
the Iron Hands go up, or do the Ultramarines go down? That is the real question here, because I think we're pretty much set on these guys being B.
Yeah, so I think they're definitely B.
I would put them in between World Eaters and Dark Angels, to be honest.
Okay. So then do we bump Iron Hands up, or do we push Ultramarines down?
Well, what we could do is we can bump Iron Hands up for right now, because we have one more slot.
Whoa. But by doing that, we're saying Iron Hands are A tier. It's not just a case of,
They definitely used to be. I think they're good. I think they are good.
I think looking at now that the A tier's grown, I think Iron Hands probably deserve to be up there for being a lot tougher. Probably the bottom of, I'd say the bottom of A.
Let's move them up.
Alrighty.
I still think things are going to change as this gets tougher and tougher and tougher to put things into B tier.
So that's going
to... Because, again, nothing is bad. Like, there's no one of these legions have I looked at and said, well, you're absolute trash. So that's why I thought that this one was going to be hard to do. All right, here we go.
Ultramarines, you are clinging on to that B tier status. you are really clinging on to it. We just shrink things down a bit.
Here we go. You do your
is it World next or Thousand Suns? Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh, okay.
This one is a little hard to judge, but I think that they're much better than they used to be.
I think they're really good.
I think the conversation should start off, are they in A tier or are they in B tier? I don't even think C tier is in the running for these guys. I think that
they might even be S, mate. They might well be. Let's pick them apart. So
they have their special reaction thing, which gives them +2 toughness that everyone's freaking out about from the Saturnine Dreadnought. Can take it. Like they can make people psychers. The Achaean Pattern 4 swords are fine. Like they're not great, but they're not terrible. They're decent. They're 5-up breaching power swords, basically, with +1 strength modifier. They're decent. They're good.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Their Prospering Convocation detachment is okay. I don't think it's amazing, but again, it gives you a prime slot on a troop, which is good. It gives you an elite, a speeder, a troop, and heavy transport. So I mean, it just gives you this like tons of different things you can take, which I've found actually be really, really good. The Gambit is really good, actually. The Gambit was selected the control.
Duelist.
Yeah, the controlling player uses the model's willpower instead of the result of the focus roll, which is
pretty good.
Nuts. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's very fitting as well. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. You can give rending onto one of the powers gives you rending, right, on your weapons or something. Am I right in saying that?
I'm looking through it right now.
Is it Raptora or Corvidae? I can't remember which one it is. Let's have a quick look. That's the problem when he's with the legions, with all of the fluff, it take longer to, or all of the rules, it take longer to read. Fated shots, is it Corvidae? Yeah, rending 5 up.
Okay, that's really good.
So excluding and rending 5 up is an automatic wound resolved at the wound roll of a 6, isn't it? Yes, assumed roll of a 6. So rending 5 up on your guns is pretty awesome. Imagine doing that on a squad of plasma.
It's not rending and breaching though. It's just rending. So yes, you'd have to do it on plasma guns, and then
do it on plasma guns. Then you automatically breach. On the hit roll of the 5. It's pretty cool.
Same
with autocannons.
Stone Form is the other one I was thinking about. Again, like I think that this one, I think it has a lot of potential, right? I think it's going to be fiddly to use. We go back to my Eldar analogy, right? These guys are going to be really hard to use, but I also think that they're far less aggravating than they've ever been. And me, having played them in 1.0 and a tiny bit in 2.0, because I have a 1.0 Thousand Suns army, I think they're decent. I
think they're pretty cool. They're Prime as well, the Telekine shift thing, where you just get to basically jump, become anti-grav. So you move your units over stuff, over terrain and whatnot.
Psychic powers in general are really good too. So I don't know, man. What would you rate these guys as? I think that they're not in the C tier. They're not in the D tier. I think they're definitely somewhere between B and A, and I would rate them high B or low A. But then again, I'm not. If you want to call them S because they're so crazy to use and they have the potential to be insane, I would not mind that as well.
So you can essentially make the bloody Dreadnought toughness
8.
10, right?
Oh, 10, yeah, 10. Yeah,
and then it's got 8. What does its special armor do again? Do you remember? The
-1 strength from Las
Volkite and Flame, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Las, but yes,
it's definitely it's 100% Las.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
tell me if I'm wrong. I'm 99.9% it's Las.
You're really gonna have a hard time winning.
Well, you're gonna win on 6s with Las cannons.
Yeah,
which is insane.
And it has a 4-up invulnerable save, so it's gonna be this thing is gonna be like so hard to kill.
Yeah,
might even have 8.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think there are going to be builds with them that are just like absolute batshit crazy.
I think that is actually the really good call. I think you're going to smash the hell out of them sometimes, and then you're going to have people who just completely just smell the ability to like just break the rules, and they're going to absolutely just destroy you.
Well, even think of like, I'm just thinking as you're saying it, like the rending 5-up thing is insane. But like melter guns just instantly becoming 6 on your pen roll because you've rendered.
Yeah.
Is insane with how melter now works.
Well, it's good. I don't know if it's insane, but yeah.
I don't know. You're usually then the fishing, aren't you, for that 6 to pop a land?
It's only one. It's only one shot, right? So it's not like you're going to have a bunch of shots.
Is it not the unit?
Yeah, but I mean, melting gun's only one shot. So
Yeah, but so 10 melter gunners, you're gonna roll 3 5-ups there. That's 3 instant pens on a tank.
but I mean versus 2. So right.
What do you mean?
Versus 2. Without it.
I'm not sure I follow you.
Roughly you would roll 2 pens. Without it. You'd roll a 6.
Roughly you'd roll roughly no, because it's on the hit roll, right? So you roll your hits. You get 7. This is what I mean. So you're gonna get 7 hits from 10 dice on average. 2 to 3 of those are gonna be 5s or 6s, and then you get to roll again, just like the lightning claws. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's actually that's quite nutty. Like a little 5-man melter gun squad probably has a half decent chance of popping a land raid or something. I think they are. So I agree. The generic power is probably like B, a solid B, but I think there are going to be bits in there that you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with, which is why I lean towards S for them just being something a bit special and interesting. But this is a power ranking thing more so, isn't it? So I don't know. What do you think? I'm too apprehensive where to put them.
I would put them at the bottom of S at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think that they're going to be either destroying you or you're just going to roll them. Like, I think, again, we have kind of the same thing that we have with the Night Lords, but I think, again, they're going to be even harder to use than the Night Lords.
Yeah. Oh, man. Interesting.
Okay.
3 left.
Next.
Now it's the Werebearers. Or is it Sons of Horus?
It is, I believe, the Sons of Horus. Sons of Horus.
Jesus.
So these guys have, stat-wise, the best Terminators in the game. Horus is an absolute beast. The Reavers are quite a lot better than I thought when we did our assault unit review, because they can take Special Legion equipment, which means they can take Nuncio boxes, which means I rate them quite a bit higher. I think the Reaver attack one and the jump ones, I think, are actually really good. 3 attacks. They can take your typical smattering of sergeant weapons. I think they're actually really good. 22 points a model. I don't remember how much the jump ones off the top of my head are, but I think they're probably going to be around the same as like the Dirty Birds and stuff like that. So around 30 points. They have a bunch of characters. They have the Decurion guy again.
Banestrike bolters are awesome.
Yeah, Banestrike bolters are really good.
They're breaching 6 of your bolters.
The advanced reaction's hilarious. No, I'm not gonna accept your challenge. F off. Like, so good.
Yeah.
And Death Dealers, their trait is actually pretty cool. They get to volley fire at full ballistic skill, which I think with some of the reactions that we talked about in one of our other videos. So you can gun them down now at the end of combat, which means they get a full round of shooting. And some of like Justarans and stuff have a ton of shots now. Run me through it. What do you think?
Yeah, so I think the whole volley fire at full BS is super useful. You can really lean into that. The whole gun down mechanic, again, super useful. They've almost become super shooty, haven't they? Their auxiliary detachment, the Supremacy cadre, is great. You get 2 prime slots on 2 troop units. So I don't see any reason not to take that. Like, why would you not want your line units to have extra prime perks? What's their standard prime? Brutal enforcement. Is that right? No, that's something else altogether. Martial supremacy. Oh, you're getting a champion and duelist's edge 1 subtype on your sergeant.
It's cool. I mean, it's not like groundbreaking, but it's cool and flavorful. It's not useless like some of them. It's not Raven Guards.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they are. I think they're an A tier. I think they're a low A.
I was going to say top of B.
Okay, so we're kind of similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think top of B. I mean, I think you could argue with me that the Iron Hands should go either way. But like, I think they're definitely top of B. I think they're going to. What I would do is I would put them above White Scars and knock down Ultramarines. Yeah,
yeah, and Ultramarines still above Raven Guard and Blood Angels.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Right. Yeah, makes sense to me, buddy. There we go. How about
that? All right.
So do you want to start the next one?
It's getting dicey. This is not fun anymore. This is now stressful.
Yeah.
Word bearers.
Oh, Jesus, the word bearers. Where I don't know. Not enough data yet.
I've read through them quite a few times, and I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, I think they're going to be surprisingly good.
The Galvorback are really good. I think they can stack a lot of combat res because they get that +1 combat res inherently. You can have a standard in your unit. You can have a standard with a Centurion. That's +3 right there.
And we've seen just from games like combat res isn't huge swings, is it? It's usually like you win by 1 or 2 or something. So having the +1 is massive.
Unless you're getting absolutely your ass beat by like an elite unit, right? Like that.
Yeah.
But like if they're similar kind of units, like it seems to be because of the way close combat works now, because there's no bonus charge attack unless you're world leaders. Again, this is why we think this is good. You get just as many attacks as they do when they attack you, unless they have some sort of like impact bonus for attacks.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think that the Zealot Assault thing is, or is it Burning Lore, whatever it's called, the thing that gives them
Zealous Assault is +1 strength on the charge.
Oh, that's really, really good.
That's basically Blood Angels.
Yeah, again,
as a free thing. Again, these guys have a detachment which allows 2 prime slots on 2 troop units,
which is great.
Which is great when especially when you get your +1 strength. Like having that on the spoiler squad or something could be pretty cool.
You're taking those anyway, right? So you got 2 prime slots, but that also lets you take random stuff, which is really, really good. I think that the Glorious Martyrdom has always been a great reaction. I think
remove
it's
a model, isn't it? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
When you remove a model instead of taking wounds or something along those lines.
Logar's fine. Porphyron's fine. Erebus can go F himself. Argoltal is everybody's favorite boyfriend.
The Dreadnought, what's he doing these days? The Margal.
The Dreadnought is an absolute butt kicker. He is weapon skill 5, strength and toughness 7, wounds 7. I think maybe the special Salamanders Dreadnought is the only one who's in his kind of range. 2 up, 5 up. He's got Fear 1. He's got the Warp Fire Cannon. The Warp Fire Cannons are also really good now too. So, I mean, the Galvorback are also really good. I rate these guys. The Ashen Circle, I think, has let the Word Bearers players down a little bit, but I don't think they're terrible. I think they're actually pretty good. They're 20 points, right? So they're not...
Panic 2 Hand Flamer. Ain't nothing to shout about.
No, I think that's really, really good. I've seen some moaning about them, but like me looking at them and now with the way I feel about Flamers, jump Flamers are great. Like you're just going to be sweeping people away from you. So I actually think that the Word Bearers are... Oh, God. I'm going to say this. I think they are knocking the Iron Hands back down to B tier.
Do ya?
Yeah. I think they're the bottom of A. I think they're really good.
+1 combat res is pretty decent.
If you stack it, they have all these good units. They have the Warp Fire stuff. Their Dreadnought's really, really good. Like, I think just they're going to be hard to deal with. I think that they have a lot going on.
That remove a model reaction to a shooting attack is insanely useful.
Yeah,
that really makes a difference when you're about to nuke a unit. That's been annoying to play in the previous edition. So definitely will be annoying now.
I would plunk them at the bottom of A and shift everybody down one. That would be what I call. What do you think?
All right, let's put this apart. Do we think they are better than the Sons of Horus?
I do think they're better than Sons of Horus. I think Horus is better than Logar, but like, you know, the Justarans are the best, but like overall, how effective their army is, I actually think that I would rate the Word Bearers over the Sons of Horus.
I think they're better than all the others in there. To be fair, I think they are. I think, yeah. All right.
What I'm sad about is that the Dark Angels, I think, are going to drop down to C tier.
I think the Dark Angels are significantly better than the Ultramarines, the Blood Angels, and the Raven Guard.
But they will be still. They'll just be at the top of C.
Unless
are they better?
Are they down to D?
Are they better than the Death Guard? Well, we don't need to. But are they better than the Death Guard?
What, the Word Bearers?
Are the Dark Angels better than the Death Guard?
Yeah.
The Dark Angels are better than the Death Guard.
I think so. Like being flat leadership 6 is pretty.
Well, then I would then swap those and the Death Guard go down to C.
Okay,
you got it. Someone's got to do it. This is the cutthroat world we live in.
Unless
you got to go down.
Unless we put someone else up to S, and then we create an extra room for someone.
I honestly don't think anyone else is S. I think that Salamanders are A, and I think they're the king of A, in my opinion. I think they're great. They're really good, but they're not S.
So definitely getting delegated twice.
Yeah, you really just hurt them because you couldn't let the Dark Angels go down. No,
that way around?
I think they're bottom of A. I think Iron Hands drop down to the top of B, and everybody shifts down.
I'm getting confused with where we're at. Right, yeah. The Iron Hands have gone up, down, up, down.
I think that's where they're at, though. Honestly. Ooh, that's spicy.
All right. Are we sure?
I am sure. Are you sure? That's the better question.
Sure
I feel comfortable with this. I think that I would probably say I think the Death Guard are better than the Dark Angels. However, I'm kind of, with my loyalist bias, I'm kind of with you. I don't want them to drop out of B.
All right, the last one. Jesus, this has been a mega-sode for us, so thank you very much for watching, whoever is still watching.
The Alpha Legion! Dude. They are just as good as they used to be, except for their reaction, which is terrible.
I think they've kind of gotten better. Because...
I don't know about that.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
We'll go get a boat. No, hear me out. We're gonna go. That's an in-house joke. The always being 2 inches further away makes a big difference against a lot of the Legion rules and how the setup move side of things now works. So.
Yes, unless randomly they run into you with their setup move, and then I don't think it matters.
But you're always 2 inches further away.
So how does that move with setup move? Does that mean you only have a 1 inch setup move against them?
Oh, I see what you mean. That's a very good point.
I think that only is going to count when you charge.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it doesn't make that much difference. Because
your setup move is you moving. So when you touch them with your setup move, they're right there.
Yeah,
but you're not, because you're not measuring to them.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's how I would play it anyway. Like, yeah. But please put your Alpha Legion players put comments about this, because it is a little confusing.
Yeah, I don't know where to go then. Where do they belong? Maybe they are low. Maybe they're.
Oh, I don't think they're low. I just don't think they're.
They've got a lot of cool units.
So
they got some cool shooter units.
they have the
Shotgunner
best
units, pretty cool.
prime trait though, because they can take any unit in the game, right?
Yeah.
They still have that coils of the Hydra thing.
Uno flip reverse. Yeah.
I don't like their advanced reaction anymore because it now just cuts down precision hits. It's just like not. It's super. It's funny and fluffy, right? Because you can't tell them apart, but like, it's just doesn't seem very useful.
Yeah.
The Headhunter Reliable's decent. The Headhunters are great. Alphyrus is okay. The Saboteur's fun.
They're kind
I don't know,
they're like snipey units, and their little shenanigan units are more fun. They're more like how you want the Raven Guard to be, I think.
Yeah, I think this is the funny part. Like, because Pete talked to me about it. He's like, "Oh, the Alpha Legion are now where what you wanted to play in 2.0." I'm like, great.
I think they're a C tier. Like, are they better than Dark Angels?
I mean, I would say yes. Unfortunately,
Would you? You really don't like the Dark Angels?
The problem is when I think about what the Dark Angels trait is and what they do, I mean, the Dark Angels are a tough one, right? Because a lot of their utility is from their detachments, but a lot of their special units don't have Vanguard. The Alpha Legion can take any one of their special units. Yeah. Plus, they have the 2-inch thing. Okay, what I would do is I would drop the Dark Angels down to the top of C, and I would put Alpha Legion where Dark Angels are. That's what I would do. What do you?
I would not do that.
What do you want to do?
I appreciate the conversation around the Dark Angels going down to C. I do not appreciate the reasoning for why, because the Alpha Legion are bumping their head in.
You just told me to get F'd.
I don't know.
Where do you want to put them?
I don't know. I think I don't see how. I think they're definitely better than the Raven Guard. Definitely better than Blood Angels.
I think they're definitely better than the Ultramarines too.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I would put them at the top of C tier. If you won't put them at the bottom of B tier. If you're gonna fight for the honor of your Dark Angels.
I don't even have Dark Angels. There is no honor here.
I would put them at the bottom or the top of C tier.
I think the top of C. I think like their reaction is pretty pointless.
It's terrible. Yeah.
The Dark Angels one is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where I want them.
All right. I will acquiesce to you in this.
Yeah.
And then let's look. We'll take one final look through everything.
Yeah, let me shrink these down. These are too big.
We will call it.
It's a big chunkers here. Thanks for sticking around, guys. If you've watched us to the end.
Yeah, seriously, let us know. You put your list of 18 in the comments. I'm super curious what you guys think and your reasonings as to why things are what you think they are.
Yeah. All right, where we are. So we're saying no one's a D tier. Are we really?
Everybody's useful. Nobody sucks. Absolutely nobody sucks.
Yeah, that's true. All right. If D is suck tier, then yeah, there is no suckers.
Every single one of these legions is useful and has good things they can do.
Yes. Now,
so we'll start from the back and work our way up.
So we're saying, yeah, okay, you could.
So Raven Guard. I'll do C tier. You do B, and we'll alternate. Yeah. So Raven Guard are worse than Blood Angels, or do you think that the Raven Guard are better than Blood Angels? I think there's an argument to actually swap them. I don't think either of them are better than the Ultramarines or the Death Guard or the Alpha Legion, to be honest. I do think it's pretty close, though.
I think the Blood Angels having the access to Inferno pistols is pretty cool.
Yep.
I think they've got more interesting and more situational special units.
Yeah, you are correct.
Plus one straight from the charge is you're going to use that probably more often than you're going to use the whole 18-inch snapshot thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Sanguinius is better than Corax, hands down.
Yeah, I think they're better. I think the Raven Guard are the worst. Yeah.
No, you talked me through it. So like that's what we do. Okay, I'm happy with this. I think this was a rough tier, but I think that I'm happy with it. What about any other ones that you think and see need to be changed?
No, I don't think so. I think the Alpha Legions pick a unit from the book is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah. And the 2-inch thing is really good.
Yeah.
I think, too, especially in close combat. But I want to see if that works with setup moves. So let us know if
we'll
take a look actually.
So in the B, is there anything else you change there? Do you think that's pretty much as you do?
No, I think that's pretty good now.
The B tier.
You tackle the B tier.
Yeah. So the Dark Angels, I think, are they worse than the World Eaters? I think +1 attack on the charge en masse is devastating.
I think it's a lot better than it used to be because there are no bonus attacks anymore.
Yes, exactly.
It's just one dimensional.
You really
is the only problem.
I think the movement of the White Scars trumps those other two, though, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the extra killiness of the Sons of Horus and their access to certain weapons like Bane Strike Bolters and whatnot is pretty good. So I think that tops there.
Are they better than the Iron Hands, though? Are the Iron Hands better than them now? So that's I think the question in this tier that I would bring up.
It's nearly the same. Yeah, it's so hard to call, isn't it?
They have the Iron Hands has the cool.
I think the Iron Hands are probably still got it. They've probably got an equal amount of cool, interesting units and weapons and things. So you get Graviton Shredders, don't you, on the on the Iron Hands as well? So they have that as a special weapon set, and it's an assault weapon. So if I'm remembering this correctly, from the legacy units PDF. So yeah, I think that's right. I think the Iron Hands are definitely the top of B, for sure.
Okay.
So going on to A.
All right. Going up to A. So we have the Word Bearers at the bottom of A. Then Imperial Fists, Space Wolves, the Emperor's Children with the Salamanders at the top of A. I have a suggestion. Do you have any things that you want to change around for this? I think that the Space Wolves should drop to the bottom of A, and the Imperial Fists and the Word Bearers should move up.
I don't see Imperial Fists as being as strong as what you do see them as.
I just think that if they have a bunch of dudes, like you can just theme your whole list to be a 2+ shooting list. Everything can be 2+ shooting. Almost, you have a Kratos hits on 2.
No, it doesn't apply to tanks anymore. So your Legion, your right of war does not apply to vehicles. I'm pretty sure.
I think it needs fire groups of 5. So, but I mean, you could do it with dreadnoughts. You could do it with you just have a lot of stuff hitting on 2s.
Yeah,
I guess is my point. So I just see like the overwhelming firepower as the things that they can bring as really good. Like they still shoot like madmen, and they're no slouches in close combat. They're not the top of A anymore.
Do you think they're better than the Wolves? Yeah,
I think the Wolves again are one-dimensional. Then again, so are they. So
I think it's a toss. I think we can switch it around. They have access to the Jacurians as well, though, with the Augury Scanner guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
All right, so let's
there's probably more shenanigans that you can. I think you're right. The one-dimensional thing's probably more true for the Wolves. I think the Wolves. I think that's right. I don't think the Wolves are worse than the Word Bearers.
No, I think it might be a toss-up. Okay, I'm happy with this change, actually.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually happy with A. I think the Salamanders are the top of A. I think that the Emperor's Children are definitely the second best.
Yeah.
All right, okay. S tier.
I think that's pretty much right. I kind of feel awkward with the Thousand Suns being there, but I do think There are just there's just going to be some craziness, and hey, we've said we're gonna pick this back up in 6 months a year, in 6 months to a year down the line,
The
and
caveat
be
is
very different.
I think that they can be D tier too. Like I think that if you don't play them right, I think they're going to be absolute trash. But I think that if you have the right units with the right things, they're going to be an absolute beast to move. Right, like your 2 Saturnine Terminators, which are or it's not Saturnine Dreadnoughts, which are toughness 10 on the reaction, like against their Kratos. You're like, F your Kratos. Like they are, if you play them right, are going to be really, really good. So I'd say the caveat on those are, I think that they also can be really bad too.
Yeah. Yeah, rending melter guns on 5-ups is going to be insane against vehicles, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got the telekind thing and you can just jetpack move over the top of something.
But I think more than anything else, your list and how you play it is going to matter with 1,000 Suns.
Yes. I think Night Lords are super good.
Yeah.
I do think they deserve to be there on the S. I think they are. Again, I think the only true out and out a pick of the pack is the Iron Warriors. The Night Lords are super good, again, if you play them right. But the Iron Warriors trait is so forgiving.
Yeah, and they're easy to play. That's
what makes them just a standout pick of the bunch, I think.
Well, I guess you could shift these 3 guys up to the top now, but
yeah.
But yes, I think I'm happy with that. I think that is our beginning of 3.0 tier lists from the games that we've played and what we've observed so far from the way the rules work. And I was not expecting this. There's a couple that I knew would be where they were. Yeah. I thought the Salamanders, but there's a couple like the Raven Guard being the worst Legion I did not expect.
Yeah, and I didn't think the Emperor's Children would actually be quite as good as they are. It's only when you start talking it all through, you think, actually, that's pretty decent. Let us know why we're wrong after 2 hours of recording. Yeah, let us know what you think. Do rank them in the comments. Our most favorite comment we will pin. How about that? So whoever's got our most favorite reason why we're wrong. Let's go with that. Fun. Let us know what you think. Yeah, give it a like, give it a subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. And I think we'll see you in the next one. I think that's pretty much it, right?
Bye, guys.
We'll revisit this in another 6 months.